Hi everyone, it's Audrey, and this video is going to be me making a vegan pumpkin pie because I really like having pumpkin pie during the holidays, but not so much the dairy. By the way, I'm editing this video with Adobe's Project Rush, so my editing might look a little different. I wanted to try something new, and I can use this program on mobile instead of desktop, so it's really helpful when I'm on the go. Just thought I would mention it. Let me know if you like the editing, and let's just get started on the pie. Beginning with the pie crust, this was my first time making it from scratch. Taking a large bowl, I used 2 cups organic unbleached white flour from Red Mill. They also have gluten-free flour as well. I didn't use that, but you can totally use it if you want this to be gluten-free. Then I added 1.5 tablespoons of cane sugar, followed by half a teaspoon of salt, and half a cup of vegan butter. I chopped my butter into smaller pieces as well, just to make everything fold more evenly. As you can see, I'm kind of stirring / folding the butter into the dry ingredients until the mixture has a crumb-like consistency. Once that's done, in a separate bowl, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of oil. All I had was olive oil, so that's what I used. And then 3 tablespoons of cold water. Whisk this together, and then you want to slowly add the other mixture to this until you start to see a doughy consistency. I felt satisfied with the way this looked, so I molded it into a circular shape and then wrapped it in plastic wrap before chilling in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. Moving on to the filling, I started with a small pumpkin. They just had these at Trader Joe's, so I grabbed one for this recipe. Cutting it in half, I scooped out all of the seeds and guts until it was clean, and then I added 1 cup of water into my pressure cooker, added the pumpkin halves, and then steamed this for 20 minutes. If you don't have a pressure cooker, you can just roast your pumpkin in the oven at 350 degrees for about an hour. Once your pumpkin is cooked, the skin should just come right off, and you can set aside the pumpkin mash into another bowl, fluffing with a fork until it looks like pumpkin puree. Back to the crust, just take that out of the fridge and the plastic wrap before lightly flouring a clean, flat surface and rolling pin. Ideally, you want to roll out your dough so that it's about 1/4 of an inch thick all around. Also try to keep the shape as circular as you can because that's going to make it easier when you place it on top of your pie tin. I used my rolling pin to roll the dough off of the surface without damaging it, and then tried to center it as much as I could before lightly pressing the crust into the tin. I'm going to set this aside and then preheat the oven at 350 degrees before continuing to make the filling. In a blender, I'm going to add about 1 3/4 cup of pumpkin puree, 3/4 cups of full-fat coconut milk, half a cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of flour. You can add less if you want. This is just to thicken up the filling a little bit. 1/4 cup of maple syrup, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of salt, and then blend until smooth. Pour your filling into the crust so that it lays flat in the tin, and then bake for roughly 1 hour to an hour and a half at 350 degrees. The crust should be a golden brown color and the middle a little bit wobbly, but the edges pretty firm. At this point, you'll want to put this into the refrigerator to chill for about 4 hours or overnight until ready. For topping, I also wanted to make some whipped cream to go along with my pie, so I took a can of full-fat coconut milk that I kept refrigerated for 24 hours and scooped out the solidified cream that was on top. For sweetness and flavor, I added a few tablespoons of powdered sugar and then a little vanilla to taste. Whisk until it has a whipped cream consistency and serve immediately. I hope you enjoyed watching and that you found it helpful if you want to try making it as well. Have a wonderful holiday season, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!